So Respawn dropped a brand new patch for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The console patch for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S released today, whereas yesterday on May the 1st, the PC patch was made available, and there were some changes made. Here's the list of what all has been updated. Multiple crashes on console, lots of fixes on console, such as rendering issues and things like that. Certain colors for certain characters not saving. Performance requirements for non-ray traced rendering apparently was fixed on PC. So I decided to do my due diligence and do right by everyone, because I wanted to check and see if the frame rate issues were fixed, and the of course, and more particularly the screen tearing, because if you saw in my last video, the screen tearing was horrendous when playing this game in performance mode. Now, I know a lot of people say, but Brian, you can play this game in quality mode, 4K 30. I understand that. And you most definitely can. However, in games like this, where there's some fast-paced lightsaber combat, with people shooting at you, I like the smoother frame rate. I like an overall smoother experience. And a lot of times when you play games mostly in 60 FPS, it is kind of hard on the eyes to go back to a lower frame rate when things look a lot slower. I will say, however, that this is the game that you can really enjoy in 4K. I've really, unfortunately, been having to play this game on the quality mode at 4K in the lower frame rate. And I'm going to show you guys here some footage of that. This is from the latest update here. You can see I've got quality mode, which means that performance mode is off. This is in 4K at 30 FPS. You can see just how smooth this is. I've got it going, I think, at about half or actually less than half, maybe a fourth or sixth of the speed. And it's really smooth. Moving the camera, panning the camera around Cal here. No screen tearing. The visuals look amazing. Honestly, I've kind of gotten used to the 30 FPS, so I've honestly been playing this game a lot more at 30 FPS with the 4K. It's been running fine for me. Although, granted, I really do prefer games be ran at 60, and you should too, because these consoles are not cheap. These are $500 to $600 consoles, and we should be able to play these at a higher frame rate without any issues. You can see me doing some lightsaber attacking there, no screen tearing, and keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, because we're going to get into performance mode. And it is the performance mode that has still not been patched. It has still not been fixed. This is with all the visual effects on, so the motion blur, the film grain, and the chromatic aberration all on. And right here, this is the first planet, by the way, the first major open world area in Jedi Survivor. You'll notice it's still there. You can see the top, maybe, I don't know, fifth of the screen has that screen tearing. And I know you're thinking, but Brian, this is in slow motion. Can't possibly bother you all that much with, you guys are probably hearing a train right about now in the background. I apologize for that. But it can't be that bothersome. It is. It absolutely is. It's pretty bothersome, even when playing the game, obviously at a normal speed. You notice it. And sometimes it even gets into almost the middle of the screen. You're going to see me pan the camera up and down here on this rock formation. And you see that just a little bit of screen tearing. And while the visuals in this game are very impressive, to say the least, this really sucks when trying to enjoy a higher frame rate and have the game run at a much smoother rate. And as I've said before, this is unexcusable. I don't know what it is about games these days, but it seems like, for the most part, they don't really ever seem to work when they come out. I don't get it. One thing I want you guys to take notice, I want you guys to watch this particular scene, and I'm going to play it in normal speed. Let's check this out. Now, in case you might have missed what happened there, I'm going to slow the same scene you just watched down a little bit. This is in performance mode with all the visuals on. You know, you can see the screen tearing up there. It's pretty bad. But here in a second, if you missed it in normal speed, I'm going to show you, and you're going to see exactly what... I don't see how you could have missed it, because it was pretty obvious in normal speed. I was going through editing this, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even see that it did that. That's pretty bad. But when I pause the game here, and then I unpause the game, it's going to load in, and look at that. That is terrible. That's like some really bad load in. That's bad. That's really bad. Let's take a look at, flaring around the lightsaber. Doing some lightsaber attacks. So here we go. So you'll notice right away there's some screen tearing with the lightsaber when it touches the top of the screen. And yes, that gets very, very annoying when playing the game and you're attacking a bunch of enemies and you just see this screen tearing. It really interrupts the gameplay. And so once again, I can't recommend enough. Just play this game on the quality mode. It looks great. It plays good. Although granted, I'm a firm believer that when you put out a game, the entire game should work as intended. Both modes should work as intended. Quality and performance mode should work absolutely as intended. You're going to see here some more screen tearing. This is all on the first planet, and I use this planet because it's the most visual. It's one of the most visually detailing aspects of the game. You'll see some screen tearing here. This is just unacceptable, Respawn. And for a game to be put out like this after such long development is just really bad. You're seeing that same area again here, just kind of for effect. But now let's get into the performance mode with all the visual effects on. So everything is on here, and you're gonna notice it's still bad. It's still pretty bad. It's gonna look like this. So guys, let me know what you think about this. This patch really didn't resolve the screen tearing. I hope it does. I hope Respawn finally is like, hey, we need to fix this and get a patch out. I'm tired of waiting. These games are $70 now. So what are we really paying $10 more for when the games are not working as they should? Anyway, for more video game information, reviews, convention travels, and more, please be sure to follow us and subscribe here on The Domain. Leave your comments in the comments below what you think about this. Until next time, see you guys. Thank you.